Yeah, so I just got this package from Vinted some time ago. I guess it's time to do this unboxing. Also, if you guys are wondering what the f is wrong with this background and stuff, well, my old tripod broke, so I had to improvise because my life is really fun. Regardless, let's just do the unboxing, mate. So I already opened the box, as you guys can see, and from the title you guys already know what we are gonna do today. We are actually gonna check out the Samsung Galaxy S1 Plus to see if it's still usable today, whether the apps still work on this thing or not. Before we are gonna do that, I'm just curious to do a comparison between this S1 Plus and the S1. So first of all, the comparison between this S1 and the S1 Plus. So here are the differences. The screen is pretty much the same. They have pretty much the same size. They are 4 inches both of these, and besides that, the resolution is also the same. However, the S1 Plus was released in 2011 and the normal S1 was just released in 2010. The S1 basically arrived with Android 2.1 and this one with Android 2.3. Both of these have a microSD card slot, obviously, and both of these also have 8 gigs of storage and 512 megabytes of RAM. Some of these variants could also come with 16 gigs and once again 512 megabytes of RAM. And overall, both of these phones' cameras are pretty much the same. They are both 5 megapixels and they both can record videos in 720p frames per second, and both of them have VGA selfie cameras, so that's nothing too fancy. Now both of them obviously have a loudspeaker, as you guys can see on the back. And also, speaking about the back, both of these phones have pretty much the same back, except the S1 has the Google branding on the back besides Samsung, and this one doesn't have any Google branding on the back, just the Samsung logo. And that's pretty much all the differences, mate. Perhaps I think it's finally time to explore the real deal. Alright, now you can f off S1. As you guys can see, the Samsung Galaxy S1 Plus pretty much looks pretty much the same, just like the Samsung Galaxy S1. I mean, the screens are not bigger or something on this. The performance also seems to be pretty much the same, although from what I've seen in the specifications, this phone should be faster, I mean just a bit faster than the S1. But regardless, I just want to see if this phone can still handle new apps like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Flappy Bird and Geometry Dash. I mean, these two are games, but regardless, let's just see if this phone can still run them or not. Before we do it though, we have to connect this thing to Wi-Fi, so I'm just gonna see you guys in a bit. Alright, let's see if it's actually gonna work, and as expected, I do need a Google account. Can I even sign this thing to a Google account nowadays? I guess I'm just gonna try regardless. Alright, let's see if this piece of is even gonna work. And as expected, we got an error. Well, unfortunately, we can't really try Facebook, so let's move on. Alright, now the next app that we have, and it's a bit controversial, is the Twitter app. It's actually my first time and I'm testing it out on this phone. Perhaps I'm also gonna try to log in with my info, so I'll see you guys in a bit. Alright, now let's see if this thing will even work, and as expected, I once again got another error. I'm pretty sure that most of these apps will not work regardless. Alright, now let's go to Instagram, and once again, we need a Google account. Thanks Samsung, or perhaps Google for this. Alright, now the last app that we have to test is perhaps YouTube, and okay, we are gonna have to access the terms of service, and unfortunately, as you guys can see, we got a problem regarding the servers and the internet connection, and as you guys can see, I am actually connected to Wi-Fi, so yeah, unfortunately the Wi-Fi is not the issue for us, it's just the app. It's pretty much too outdated, so I guess it's time to move on. Alright guys, so actually before we are gonna get to the gaming test, we do have this app to try as well, which is Droidcord. I mean, yeah, well, it's really Discord but for Android 2.3 devices and stuff, so perhaps I'm just gonna go onto it, and as you guys know, we are gonna try to do some very fun things on Discord, but that's if this thing will even work. So perhaps I'm just gonna see you guys after I'm gonna get the token, because that's gonna be a big pain in the ass for me to do. Yay!
67 hours later.
Okay guys, so after a long time I finally managed to get into Droidcord, as you guys can see, so perhaps I guess it's time to do some little funny things. Oh, there we go, finally we found a spam channel. Alright, I guess it's time to do a very funny message. Alright, let's send a message, mate. Alright, I'm also gonna send a video shoutout ping on my PC, because yeah, for some reason on this phone it doesn't really work. And okay guys, unfortunately the Droidcord app is ass, because as you guys can see, there is some spam going on into here, but yeah, on the phone nothing really happens. I mean, you guys can see the chat moving, and on the Droidcord app the chat is not really moving, so yeah, unfortunately the Droidcord app is ass. I guess we're just gonna move on. Yeah guys, so unfortunately the apps don't work. However, the next question is whether the browser can actually work, so perhaps the first browser that I wanna try is actually the stock browser of this phone, and the first website, as you guys usually know, will be wikipedia.org. I'm just curious if this website can even load up, because once again this phone is quite old, and yeah, as I expected we got another server error, which is not really a big surprise. But regardless, let's try the youtube.com website as well. Once again we're gonna go to the internet, we are gonna keep going to the internet. Yeah, I get many pop-ups of this, and once again we get an error that the Android version of this thing is pretty small and we need Android 4.0. So I guess it's time to move on to Opera now. As you guys know, in some of my videos when I tested old phones and stuff, I also tried Opera Mini, because the Opera Mini browser can actually allow you to go to some websites that don't usually work on Android 2.3. So perhaps I'm also gonna try this one out and see if we can actually browse newer websites and stuff. So I'm just gonna go with English here, I'm gonna skip that, whatever. Alright, now the question is, can we actually go to Wikipedia.org this time? Normally it should work, considering that we are on Opera and Opera browser is good for this. And there we go guys, we can actually browse the Wikipedia website, so that's really nice. Perhaps I think we can also, oh of course I got an ad, bruh. Alright, let's see if we can actually go to the YouTube website, and unfortunately we get the same error as on the other browser. We need Android 4.0, which is really a pain in the ass. Before we give up though, I'm just curious if we can actually go to the Facebook website. Imagine if we can actually log in, that would be really funny. And once again, it's not working. What about Instagram though? Is it gonna work? And are you gonna load up, mate? Yeah, so it's really not loading up, unfortunately. We just have a blank screen. What about Elon Musk's very f***ing stupid app? And okay, it seems like we actually managed to go to this website, which is really surprising. We can actually check it out on Android 2.3. Regardless though, we can't really interact with this website, we're pretty much stuck here. I can't sign in with either of these, so I guess it's time to now move on to the camera test. Actually no, I forgot I actually have to test the game, so perhaps let's test the games first and then get to the camera test. So the first game that we are gonna try on this thing will be Flappy Bird, which as you guys know, it should usually work fine, because come on mate, it's just stupid Flappy Bird. Like, if this game wouldn't work, then this phone would really be stupid. Alright, let's lock in and let's actually try to play this thing. And of course my phone is not focusing, thanks Samsung. Alright, so as you guys can see, there is no lag, we can actually play Flappy Bird with no issues. The game works just fine, as I was expecting. So yeah, perhaps we can move on to Geometry Dash, since we already know that Flappy Bird works just great, unlike on the other phone which I tested recently and it kept lagging and working like. Regardless, let's move on. Now the next game that I wanna test, as I told you guys, will be Geometry Dash. To be honest, I'm gonna expect this game to be a bit laggy, considering that it's Geometry Dash and it is a bit graphically intensive when it comes to this old nugget. So perhaps if there is gonna be any lag, I mean, I guess it's acceptable, considering this phone is like what, 15 years old? It's quite old to be honest. And as you guys can see, so far so good. We have no lag, no input delay. I mean, the game is actually playable on this phone, surprisingly. You guys might not see the screen that well because I'm actually locked in to not lose, and apparently I lost. But as you guys can see, once again, there is no lag on Geometry Dash, so yeah, let's just move on again. Yeah guys, so this phone can still play Geometry Dash and Flappy Bird, which is really great. Perhaps now it's time to test its camera quality, as I said before. And of course, we are gonna have to do this outside. Alright, so now we are gonna go to the camera app and we are gonna see the camera quality. So I guess I'm just gonna take a picture of my garden. There we go, and now we are also gonna take a video as well, because we are also gonna do a video test. Alright, and now let's do the video test as well. Testing 1 2 3, testing 1 2 3, I'm recording on the Samsung Access Phone Plus. This is how the camera quality looks like. I'm basically outside, and you guys can let me know what you guys think of this phone's video quality and camera quality as well. Alright, so I guess it's time to go back inside. You guys will let me know what do you guys think of this phone's camera quality and video quality. Well, now that we've done the camera test as well, perhaps it's just time to test these apps that we have on the phone. I mean the stock apps and also the bloatware. I mean, I'm just curious if they work after all. So the first app that I want to try on this thing is the 1-in-1 apps, which is basically a bloatware app from the carrier company of this phone. I'm assuming it's 1-in-1. I have no idea if it's a Polish, an American carrier. I really don't know what type of carrier this thing is, but Apparently, as you guys can see, we are trying to launch this app and we are pretty much stuck to this loading and user license agreement screen, so yeah, let's just move on. Oh, and I also got this error as well, so yeah, this app will just not work. Yeah, let's move on. Now the next app that I want to check on this thing is the ALII-AE app. Apparently this phone can actually allow you to play a video on a device like a smart TV or something, so perhaps let's actually try to play a video or a photo from this phone on my smart TV. Well, here is my 2019 LG Smart TV and here is the Samsung Galaxy S1 Plus. Now I'm just gonna go to pictures. I'm also gonna try to get this picture to my TV, so let's go to add to playlist and here is my TV. I'm just gonna click on it and now we should get a video on the screen. I mean a picture. And is it gonna show up? There we go, guys, that's the picture I've taken in the garden, as you guys can see, I mean in my yard. Now let's see if we can also play a video from this phone to my TV as well. Alright, now let's see if this thing will also work with videos too. Alright, let's wait for the TV to show up. There we go. And is it gonna play or not? Oh, there we go, mate. So the video that I've taken on the Samsung Galaxy S1 Plus is actually playing up on here. Damn, I really wasn't expecting that. Well, as you guys have seen, the ALII-AE app does actually work. You can actually play videos from your S1 Plus to a smart TV or any device that actually works with playing videos and stuff. So I guess with that, guys, let's just move on. Well, the ALII-AE app does work, which is really fascinating to me. Perhaps let's see what other apps we do have in here. So we have the FM radio, which I'm assuming I need earphones, and yeah, as you guys can see, I do need earphones to use the FM radio app, so it's pretty much useless for now. And now the other apps that we have here is Kisser, which I think it's supposed to basically work with my PC, like if I want to transfer some videos from my phone to my PC and so on. I think I do it from this app, so perhaps I'm just gonna start it. Oh, and it just leaked my IP. Yeah, stupid app, mate, it just leaked my IP right now. So yeah, let's just move on. So we do have some other apps. We have the one-in-one mail. I'm pretty sure this thing will no longer work, and from what I've seen in that short terms of service message, I think this might be a German carrier, but I'm not really sure. And apparently we do need to log in with a one-in-one email address, which I don't really have, so we can't really test this thing out, so we're gonna move on. Those are pretty much all the apps, really. We pretty much tested this phone, so I guess that the conclusion is that the Samsung Galaxy S1 Plus can probably still be used today, but obviously just as a dumb phone, because once again this one has like what, Android 2.3.5. That's pretty much a very low Android version and not many things work on it, especially the modern apps. They really no longer work on this thing. I mean, yeah, you can use the Opera browser to browse some websites and stuff, but as you guys have seen, on the Opera browser you still can't access the Facebook, YouTube, Instagram websites and so on. They don't really work, and overall this phone you can just use it as a dumb phone. Like you can use it for calls, texting, I'm assuming. You can probably use it for some light browsing as well, once again on Opera, and obviously some light gaming as well, like Geometry Dash, Flappy Bird. What you can do with this phone, you can just use it as a dumb phone and maybe for some light gaming and all of that, and that's pretty much it. I do hope you guys enjoyed this video. Shout out to all my team members. Thank you guys so much for joining, and if you guys want to get a shout out at the end of each video I'm making, and also if you guys want to see behind the scenes videos / non-edited videos of what I'm recording, and also if you guys want to have a badge to your name, access to custom emojis, and on Discord if you guys want to have access to the YouTube member channel. Also, if you want to have the YouTube member role and all of that, you guys can become a YouTube member for a subscription, but also from the join button as well. That's pretty much the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. My name is TSMTSF, and I'm gonna see you guys next time with fun exploration, custom roaming, jailbreaking, and so on. Bye bye.